Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other health care practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 30 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human body is a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you at 844-236-6010. We welcome your calls if you have a success story you'd like to share, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. And if you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised or recommended on the program, head over to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can purchase products or sign up to join the Brightside Ben team right off the website. brightsideben.com or criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com. And of course, you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470, and they can help you out that way too. 866-735-2470. And for you guys who are interested in some connoisseur, high-end, premium, gourmet, top-of-the-line skin health products made with 100% active and functional ingredients, no fillers, no water, no wax, no oil, no silicone, no preservative, no perfume or fragrance, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want. Check out our Truth Skin Health products, including our Retinol 5% gel if you're dealing with dark spots or acne, blemishes, or you just want an all-around anti-aging product. Retinol 5% gel, and it pairs up perfectly with our Truth Omega-6 Healing Cream, which I've been working on for decades, perfecting in my compounding pharmacy. Made it originally for burns and for cuts and for scrapes and for healing, and for folks who had some severe surgical trauma, skin surgical trauma. It works wonderfully as a general anti-aging product, also as a healing product. Truth Omega-6 Healing Cream works perfectly with our Retinol 5% gel. Of course, check out the Truth Serum and Truth Balm too. TruthTreatments.com, TruthTreatments.com. Okay. Welcome back to The Bright Side. We're talking about the steroid hormones, the youth and fertility hormones, the PPD hormones, our stress management hormones. This whole subject of hormones is really, really important to understand if we're going to understand health. Health is really, in many, many ways, about hormones. Everything else acts to support the activity of the hormones. The hormones are it. The hormones, the chemicals that we call hormones, are the connection between the mind, the emotions, and our physical world, our physical reality, and how the body is created, how the body shows up. It's the bridge. The hormones are the connector between mind, between emotions, and between our reality or our world in a physical sense, our sights and sounds and tastes and touches and smells, our five senses. Or how we see the world is turned into the human body via the action of the hormones. That makes them critically important, super unbelievably important. Every thought we think, every feeling we feel, every minuscule physiologic change that occurs in our environment creates a hormone. Really, zillions of hormones, actually. Every sight we see creates zillions of hormones and zillions of hormone secretions. Every thought we think or feeling we feel, every morsel of food we put in our body, every change in oxygen, whatever, every single thing that happens to the body initiates a hormonal effect, and this is how the body is created. Thought, feeling, physical become the body at the level of the hormone. They become the hormone, and then they become the body. Specifically, it all happens at the level of the cell, the minuscule level that we all ignore when we go to the doctor, that we all ignore in our day-to-day life. This is truly, I don't want to say because there's a lot of amazing, miraculous things in our world, but it's hard to come up with something more miraculous, more utterly, jaw-droppingly, stunningly miraculous and unlikely, godly, divine than the cell. The cell. It's all about the cell. We don't get taught that because our ability to perceive things isn't such that we can actually even see a cell or detect a cell. Cell's invisible. We can't even really imagine it. But it behooves us to try, because if we just begin to ponder on what the heck is going on with a cell, with all of its millions upon millions of chemical reactions and compartments and movements and actions and things that are happening in there, all without our participation, well, without our knowledge, I should say. We're participating, of course, but without our knowledge. It is absolutely stunningly miraculous. So anyway, the hormones interact with the cell. Like a lock, like a key fits into a lock. A hormone's like a key. It goes into a little lock on the cell, turns on the lock or opens it up, and chemistry happens. You can think of it like a plug in a socket. A circuit is completed. You put the plug in the socket, and a circuit is completed. Stuff happens. No matter what, a muscle cell will muscle, a kidney cell will kidney, a liver cell will liver, a stomach cell will stomach. All of these activities that these cells do, and there's hundreds, there's 200 plus of these cells, is all initiated by the action of a hormone. The hormone is the link between what we think and feel and do and sense and the cell itself. It makes the cell do things based on all of these things that are our environment. The word hormone means I arouse to activity. It means I turn on. Biologists call them cellular messengers. These are messengers. They send messages from the environment, messages from our brain, messages from our heart, in terms of our emotions and our feelings, to the cell. That's how the cell perceives the world, through the hormones. And life is about the cell. Health is about the cell. Disease is about the cell. A doctor doesn't tell us this. Medicine, the modern medicine never talks about the cell. They talk about two areas. See, there's three things. There's the outside of the cell, there's the cell, and then there's the inside of the cell. The outside of the cell, that's the mechanics, that's the tissue, that's the muscles and the organs and the things that we can see. That's the outside part of the cell. The inside part of the cell are all little molecular interactions. Medicine, old-time medicine, worked outside the cell. And we still, of course, have old-time medicine, but the art of medicine is really about tissues, and it's about organs. It's about the outside part of a cell, or the bigger, the macroscopic version of a cell. I don't want to say outside because it's made up of cells, but the macroscopic version of a cell. The modern medicine, the high-tech medicine, the kind of medicine that you're starting to see, well, it started about 20 years ago or so, but now it's really going full blast. That's called metabolic medicine, or that's the medicine of the inside of a cell. Molecular medicine, not metabolic medicine, molecular medicine. It's the medicine of the inside of a cell. So old-style medicine worked with the macro. New style medicine works with the super micro, but the health is right in the middle. It's at the level of the cell. It's not at the level of the inside. It's not the level of the outside. It's at the level of the cell. The cell itself. Medicine can't do anything there. They can manipulate the molecules by poisoning the cell, inside the cell, and they can sure do things to the tissues, the macroscopic version of the cell, the organs and such. They can extract them. They can radiate them. But they can't do anything at the level of a cell, because a cell only needs food, it only needs oxygen, and it only needs a clean place to do its business, and there are no tools in the doctor's toolkit that can handle that. They can play around with the molecules inside a cell. They can poison and radiate and extract the organs at the macro level, but they can't do anything at the level of a cell. And this is where hormones have their major, major effect. At the level of a cell. And we have control over the hormones in large part because the hormones are responsive to our environment, to what we're eating, to what we're drinking, to what we're breathing, to what we're thinking, to what we're feeling. That's medicine. That's the true medicine. What we think, what we feel, what we eat, what we breathe, and what we drink. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. Got lines open at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products or formulations or skin health, or if you have a success story, or if you just want to contribute to our conversation, 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to check out the longevity products, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Love to have you on my team. I can help you build your business. I can help grow your business, and you can help change lives. And you can make money while you're doing it. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Brightside Ben phone team. Tell them you want to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $25 fee. If you want to check out our Truth Skin Health products, including our Retinol 5% gel, head over to truthtreatments.com. We also have a skin health blog at truthtreatments.com. And I also have a Facebook page, a Truth Facebook page, The Truth with Ben. And we post on that regularly as well. Okay, got lines open, 844-236-6010. We're talking about the cellular nature. I hope you guys are not turned off by the science talk. You know, I get people all the time, radio people, not listeners, but radio people telling me I get too sciencey. It's not that I get too sciencey, it's that we have to understand certain basics if we're going to be able to be healthy, if we're going to liberate ourselves. Really, it's about liberating ourselves. Knowledge is power, and it represents freedom. It represents independence. It represents liberty from a medical model that is set up to kill us, literally, not figuratively. Set up to kill us. Does it do good things? Well, yes, of course it does. But the way it's set up, with its techniques, with its strategies of poisoning the body, of radiating the body, of removing organs from the body, kills us. Make no mistake about it. And it doesn't even show, not even the stuff that shows up in the statistics. Drugs shorten your life, period. End of story. There's no way they cannot shorten your life. They cost you nutrition. They cost you energy. They kill cells. They're so-called cytotoxic. There's no way it cannot cost you your life. Yes, you're not going to know it because you're going to drop dead at 70 or 80 and you'll think you had a great life maybe, but that's 20 years off your life or something. I don't know if it's 20 years, something. It can't help but do that. So the medical model, with all of its techniques, is set up to kill us. And I'm not saying that because doctors are bad people, because they're bamboozled too. It's the model. It's the paradigm. Doctors think they're doing a good thing. I'm not beating up on doctors. I have a lot of friends who are doctors, and they're good people for the most part. Like everybody else, you got your bad apples, but for the most part, they're good people. And I don't want this to be about beating up doctors. It's about beating up the model, which, like the political model, like the economic model, like the legal model, are set up to disempower the individual. And so what we're talking about here is liberation. Liberation, freedom from tyranny, from a medical tyranny, which, by the way, the founding fathers knew all about that. Benjamin Rush was a doctor and a signatory of a signator of the Declaration of Independence, I believe it was. He warned about medical tyranny in the 18th century. Anyway, so the whole body is woven together with the action of hormones. All the cells, health is about the cell. You got 200 different kinds of cells and 100 trillion of them. Think about that for a minute. You got 100 trillion of these things, and somehow they're all unified by the action of the hormones. The hormones are the fabric that connects everything up, and that's why they're so darn important. And that's why understanding where we control the hormones is important. We have control over our hormones. That's the take-home message here. We have control over this whole thing. We spent a lot of time talking about the steroid hormones and the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is a high-fat diet. High-fat diets help you make these hormones, these steroid hormones particularly. Thus, the importance of a high-fat diet. Yes, the importance of a high-fat diet. Not French fry fat, not potato chip fat, not mozzarella cheese pizza fat, but good fat, quality fat. Coconut oil, for example, butter, for example, avocado, for example, eggs, for example, fish, for example, not cooking your fish too much. There are great seeds. There are great ways to get good fats, and they're incredibly important for the production of the steroid hormones. That's why the ketogenic diet can be helpful. Now, we've been talking a lot about the fertility hormones, the PPD hormones, the relaxing hormones, the building hormones, the sexual hormones, the creativity hormones, the happy stuff, Those are your PPD hormones, pregnenolone, progesterone, and DHEA. Later on, we're going to talk about other hormones that are not quite as benign or quite as kind, as important as they are, of course. All hormones are important. Later on, we're going to talk about estrogen, testosterone,